Yo, my dudes, what's going on? David here, and welcome to another reaction. This episode, we are diving into Gravity Falls, aka Zeus. I love Zeus. But we are diving into season 1, episode 3, called Headhunters. If you haven't caught the other 2 episodes, you should definitely get a look at those because those are some great reactions. But pretty much, I am enjoying everything that this show has to offer. It feels very much like a Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I mentioned it time and time again. It is one of those sort of, if I was a kid, scary cartoons, but like scary and funny. It's got a little bit of everything in it. I love Dipper, I love Mabel, I love Grunkle Stan, and my favorite up to this point is my boy Zeus. He is hilarious, and this is great. I am loving every bit of it, and I'm excited to continue it. But without further ado, if you find yourself enjoying this video at any point in time, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do to better the experience and further entertain you guys. And if you enjoyed enough, head on over to Patreon. There's full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. About 2-3 episodes already over there. You can get episodes extra early. Or if not, you can wait for them to air here on YouTube. It's about once a week that we'll be airing episodes for Gravity Falls. And yeah, without further ado, you know what time it is. Buckle up. Let's ride. Let's do it.
Detective will return after these messages.
That duck is a genius.
It's easier to find clues when you're that close to the ground.
Are you saying you could outwit Duck-tective?
Mabel, I have very keen powers of observation. For example, just by smelling your breath, I can tell that you have been eating an entire tube of toothpaste?
It was so sparkly.
Ugh. We haven't seen much from the girl with the flannel on. At least not in the last episode.
Falls Wax Museum. It was one of our most popular attractions.
Where's that smile?
Nah.
Beep-bop-boop.
Ow.
Don't worry, Grunkle Stan. I'll make you a new wax figure from all this old wax.
You really think you could make one of these puppies?
Grunkle Stan, I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh, ugh.
I like your gumption, kid.
I don't know
Is
what
she,
that
though?
word means, but thank you.
Ugh.
I think it needs more glitter.
Agreed.
Uh,
I found my pants, but now I'm missing my...
What do you think?
I think the Wax Museum's back in business.
I want to see it. Hey, my boy Zeus.
Me. Behold. Me! Yeah!
It's not that bad. Hey, Zeus.
And now a word from our own Mabel Angelo.
It's Mabel. Yes. Next question.
To be determined, Gravity Falls gossiper. Do you really think this constitutes a wonder of the world?
Your microphone's a turkey baster, Toby.
It certainly is.
Next question.
Chandra Jimenez, a real reporter. Your flyers promised free pizza with admission to this event. Is this true?
No! 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 Wax Stan! He's been murdered!
Oh, Wax Stan.
It's really good. He figured out who was eating our tin cans.
All signs pointed to the goat.
Yeah, let the boy help. He's got a little brain up in his head.
Ooh, would you look at what we got here? City Boy thinks he's gonna solve a mystery with his fancy computer phone.
City boy! City boy!
You are adorable.
Adorable? There were a lot of unhappy customers at the unveiling. The murderer could have been anyone.
Gasp! Even us!
In this town, anything is possible. Ghosts, zombies, could be months before we find our first clue.
Hey, look! A clue!
Footprints in the shag carpet.
That's weird. They've got a hole in them.
And they're leading to...
Then that's where we're going.
Dude, this is awesome. You two are like the mystery twins.
Don't call us that. This is the place. Got the fake IDs?
You see his tattoo? It's a head and chin.
Here goes nothing.
Sorry, but we don't serve minors.
Nabbit.
We're here to
Neck
interrogate Manly
tattoo.
Dan, a lumberjack, for the murder of Wax Stan.
So, I guess you've never seen this before?
Listen, little girl.
Hey, actually,
I wouldn't pick my teeth with that axe. It's left-handed. I only use my right hand, the manly hand.
Oh, God.
left-handed.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Your wife is gonna be beautiful.
Yes.
Hey, no-handed. Ooh.
Mabel, there's only one person left on this list.
Of course, it all adds up.
You kids better be right about this.
What is this? Some kind of raid?
Toby determined you're under arrest for the murder of the wax body of Grunkle Stan.
You have the
A little
right to remain
extreme.
impressed with our awesome detective work.
Gobbling goose feathers. I don't understand.
And where were you the night of the break-in?
Finally, we can be alone. Cardboard cutout of female news reporter
Oh,
Chandra
God.
Jimenez.
Ew.
Timestamp confirms it. Toby, you're off the hook, you freak of nature.
Hooray!
But it has to be him. Check the axe for fingerprints.
No prints at all.
No prints?
Some people might say it's wrong for a man to love a wax replica of himself.
They're wrong.
Easy, Seuss. Wax Stan. I hope you're picking pockets in
Wait.
wax heaven.
His shoe had a
I'm
missing
sorry, I got glitter
part.
in my eye.
Oh, dude.
His shoe had a hole in
Those
it.
cops were right about me.
Dipper, we've come so far. We can't give up now.
Wax Sherlock Holmes. Wax Shakespeare. Wax Coolio?
What's up, Holmes?
Coolio.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Congratulations, my two amateur sleuths. You've unburied the truth. And now we're going to bury you.
I must warn you, these statues come at a terrible price.
$20? I'll just take them when you're not looking.
What?
I said I was gonna rob you.
And so the Mystery Shack wax collection was born. By day, we would be the playthings of man.
But when your uncle went to sleep, we would rule the night. Hey, I told you to stop that.
Make me.
My dudes.
We've
Deuce.
been waiting 10 years to get our revenge on Stan for locking us away.
Oh, they thought it was him.
But we got the wrong guy.
Oh, oh Mabel. Oh. Oh.
Interview this, Larry King.
My neck!
Ooh.
neck!
Joke's on you, Groucho.
I've heard about a cutting remark, but this is ridiculous. Hey, why is there nothing in my hand?
Dipper, watch out!
All right, let's get this taken care of.
Oh. Just stab with it, Dipper. Stab with it. Stab with it.
Once your family is out of the way, we'll rule the
My
night
boy
once
Zeus.
again.
My boy Zeus.
Don't count on it.
Oh.
Any last words?
You got any sunscreen?
Got any? What?
Oh, the sun.
No.
You know, letting me lead you outside, probably not your sharpest decision.
Outsmarted by a child in short pants?
Solved the mystery after all.
I couldn't have done it without my sidekick.
No offense, Dipper, but you're the sidekick.
What? Says who? Are people saying that? Have you heard that?
Hot Belgian waffles! What happened to my parlor?
Your wax figures turned out to be evil, so he fought them to the death.
I decapitated Larry King.
You kids and your imaginations.
On the bright side, though, look what we found.
My head!
So, did you get rid of all the wax figures?
I am 99% sure that I did.
Good
Oh,
enough for
she
me.
did not.
So, you're a rat. Tell me about that.
Dipper, what do you think is better, sequins or llama hair?
The llama hair. Llamas are nature's greatest warriors.
Oh, Dipper, your voice changed.
Thanks, Dipper.
Alrighty, that is episode 4, season 1 of Gravity Falls. Oh, never mind. That is episode 3. I apologize. I'm one step ahead. That is episode 3 called Headhunters. And that, my friend, is another 9. To me, this show is really great. This is fun. This is almost like unbelievable that it aired more recently, because of the fact that the cartoons of nowadays just don't hold up that well. I don't know. It could be just me. It could be that I'm no longer a kid. But even, I mean, this show, I'm telling you, I'm not a kid and I love this show. This show is great. I love so much of it. The only downfall that I have for this episode is that we didn't get enough Zeus. But the other guys did their job. Dipper, good as always. Maple, good as always. We will do a quick breakthrough of this episode. Yeah, so we are in the house, and Zeus is cleaning the house, and he comes across a door, or a like sort of like the handle was on the floor. So he tells Mabel and Dipper. They go poking around and checking, and they find a bunch of wax figures. And so they tell Stan, and Stan remembers about his wax models that he had, and that he was really bummed about Abraham Lincoln melting because of the sun. It was like left out in the sun. And so Mabel decides to make a wax figure of their Grunkle Stan. And so he loves it and decides to reopen his wax museum. And he invited a group of people from the city to come on in. And they were not too pleased about it. They thought there was going to be free pizza involved. He lied. But at the end of the day, he has all the money. And so then the crime scene becomes because someone beheaded the wax stand. And so the crime must be solved on who did it. And so Dipper, of course, to prove his point that he could be just as good as the detective, joins the sheriffs and trying to figure out who did it. And so they find footprints, they find an axe, and they ultimately assume that it is I forget what his name is, but I know his kids were chanting on dad, dad, dad in the other episode. And they suspected that it was him, and it was not him. And he is not left-handed, and that was a left-handed axe. So the search continues. Okay, so Manly Dan. They suspected it was Manly Dan, and it was not. So they continue to search for a left-handed person, and they come across the not so reporter, and he fits the description. Got a hole in his shoe, and he is left-handed. And they think that it makes perfect sense because he wrote an article that bombed, and he thought that the whole wax thing would revive that and give it juice. But so the motives were there, but it was not him after all. And so then we find out that the wax figures were the ones who beheaded Wax Stan. And they had a really good motive behind it too. And it was the fact that they enjoyed being a part of the wax museum early on. And then when Grunkle Stan found out that, or realized that he wasn't getting any money from it, he then put them away in a room and then boarded that room up so no one really can find them. And so they were very upset about that. And so they thought that they got Stan, but instead they got the wax Stan. And so then we get like a cool little battle scene with Mabel and Dipper fighting off the wax figures. And Dipper outsmarted Sherlock Holmes and got him to melt. And that was really cool. And the cops were really funny in this one. They blow coffee into each other's faces, burn each other's faces. And yeah, it ultimately was a really good episode. Yet again, the only nitpick I have, if there is a nitpick, would be that we didn't get enough Zeus. But that is okay because everyone else did their part and then some, and I enjoyed it very much. So another great episode of Gravity Falls. And I again just continue to love the shows you guys recommend for me to watch. They are all great shows, and I understand completely why you guys recommend me to watch them. But that is all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for giving me your time, and I will see you guys much later. Peace.